Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will immerse ourselves in The Dream of a Ridiculous Man by Fyodor Dostoevsky. The Dream of a Ridiculous Man is a short story by Fyodor Dostoevsky, first published in 1877. Known for his deep exploration of human psychology, Dostoevsky presents a narrative that weaves together existential themes with a spiritual awakening. The story delves into despair, suicide, and the potential for redemption through a transformative dream that changes the protagonist's outlook on life and humanity. Plot summary. On a dark and rain-soaked evening in November, the narrator, a man who considers himself utterly ridiculous, walks the streets with a heavy heart. For as long as he can remember, people have laughed at him. But their laughter no longer offends him, for he knows a truth that they do not. His absurdity is not a flaw to him. It has become an integral part of his being. The truth he carries is so vast and so isolating that he has reached a point where nothing in life seems to matter. He feels he knows everything now. Nothing in the world, past, present, or future, holds meaning. Thus, he has decided to kill himself. He even bought a revolver 2 months ago and has been waiting for the moment when it feels right. As he walks, indifferent to the world around him, a little girl tugs at his sleeve. She is in distress, pleading for help. Her mother is dying. But he brushes her off, cruelly dismissing her. The girl's desperation only briefly stirs him before he continues on his path, heart-hardened, determined to end his life. Later that night, alone in his small, bare room, he takes out the revolver and sets it on the table. As he prepares to pull the trigger, he begins to think again about the little girl. Why had her suffering affected him at all? If nothing mattered, why had he felt a pang of guilt for refusing to help her? In the midst of these thoughts, he falls asleep in his chair and begins to dream. In his dream, he shoots himself. He feels the bullet enter his chest, and as the world around him fades to black, he realizes that he is dead. He finds himself buried in a coffin, fully conscious, but unable to move or speak. Time passes in this unbearable stillness until suddenly he feels his grave being opened. An unknown figure, dark and powerful, pulls him up into the infinite blackness of space. They fly together, hurtling past stars and planets, until they reach a distant world, one that appears to be an exact replica of Earth. This world is paradise. The people there live in harmony, innocent and pure. They have never known sin, suffering, or deceit. The narrator is astounded by their joy and love, which they extend to him without hesitation. Everything in this new world glows with beauty and simplicity. The trees, the ocean, the sky, and the people themselves, who radiate warmth and goodness. It is a vision of humanity untainted by corruption. The narrator feels as if he has found heaven, a place where love flows freely, and the ugliness of human life as he once knew it has no place. For a time, he is content in this new world, marveling at the way its people live in complete peace with one another and with nature. They do not need science, for their understanding of life is intuitive, and they live without the conflicts and desires that drive the people of Earth. They are not driven by pride, jealousy, or ambition, and their lives are filled with joy and a serene, childlike wonder at the beauty of the world around them. But the narrator, still the man who had walked the streets of his own Earth, cannot fully escape his former self. Over time, his presence on this pure, unblemished world begins to have a corrupting influence. Slowly, the people of this paradise start to change. They learn to lie, and with lies come jealousy and conflict. Soon, they experience envy, cruelty, and violence. They quarrel and fight, eventually shedding blood. The narrator watches in horror as the utopian society crumbles. What had once been a paradise of innocence and love descends into a reflection of the Earth he had left behind, filled with the same greed, betrayal, and suffering. He realizes that he is the cause of this fall. His very nature, tainted by the experiences of life on Earth, has infected this world. The knowledge that he is responsible for corrupting such purity fills him with anguish. He tries to confess to the people what he has done, pleading with them to punish him, to crucify him for his sin. But they do not understand. They no longer believe in the innocence they once possessed, nor do they believe they were ever truly happy. They laugh at the idea of their former paradise, calling it a myth, an unattainable ideal. The narrator, overwhelmed by grief and guilt, watches helplessly as they continue to destroy the beauty that once surrounded them. Suddenly, he wakes up. It is morning, and he is back in his small, bleak room. The revolver lies untouched on the table. He is alive. The dream, however, has transformed him. Though it was only a dream, it felt truer than anything he had ever experienced in waking life. The vision of that paradise and the bitter reality of its fall has shown him the truth. That love is the answer to all human suffering, and that it is possible for people to live in harmony and happiness if they love one another as they love themselves. Filled with new purpose, he resolves to dedicate his life to spreading this truth, even if people laugh at him and call him ridiculous. He understands now that this is his mission, to preach the possibility of a world built on love and truth, no matter how impossible it may seem to others. He seeks out the little girl, the one he had once rejected, determined to help her and to begin his new life by acting on the very love he now knows to be the key to salvation. He will not stop. He will preach and he will love, for he has seen the truth, and he believes that one day others will see it too. Hope you enjoyed that. If you want more, explore other amazing works by Fyodor Dostoevsky. You know where to find them. Check the description or Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Fyodor Dostoevsky's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.